Council of Economic Advisors for the Obama administration. I assume he's here to beg me for a loan. Please welcome Austan Goolsbee. Good to see you. All right, sir, I'm gonna say something right now that I don't normally say to my guests.
I don't like how this is already beginning. Okay, yes?
I'm gonna let you get a word in edgewise because I'd love to hear you explain how on Monday we hit the magical, deadly debt ceiling date, and yet we're all still here. The Earth didn't swallow the United States like you predicted, okay?
No,
Isn't your boogeyman dead?
No.
Isn't your boogeyman dead?
If they cut off the water to your house,
yes,
the fact that there are a few gallons in the toilet that you can drink is not going to save you. You got to get the water started back again. And the fact that we
First
hit
of all,
the debt
remind me
ceiling,
never to have a drink at your house.
Look, the fact that we hit the debt ceiling,
yeah,
but
we hit
have
it, baby.
Emergency measures that we can rely on until those measures run out.
So we're stretching it right now.
We're stretching it. And
so America's living on hamburger helpers, what you're saying.
2nd, and look, at best, it's whatever's in the pantry. And so the Secretary of the Treasury said, we're going to get to the technical debt ceiling. There are other things we can do to around the beginning of August. Okay. And then that's
all right.
That's
okay,
a problem.
But let me just, I'll bite on your hypothetical crisis. Okay?
Okay.
What, so, or put it in a simpler way, so what? What happens? I hear a lot of doom crying. Okay, Austan, treat me like I'm an idiot. What's the worst that happens if we hit the debt ceiling?
Look, if you hit the debt ceiling and the U.S. government defaulted, it would either default on treasuries, the interest rate would explode, banks would collapse, people would be screaming in the streets, or they default on Social Security. Senior citizens around the country are not receiving their checks. We default on the military. We don't pay the military bills, or we default on Medicare. All of these are bad. We don't want to get anywhere near this. This is not where we want to be.
Okay,
so
what's the worst
on the
case
budget
scenario? Okay, Social Security. So what's your answer? Print more money? That's always the Democrats' answer, right?
No,
tax and spend.
This isn't about
tax and spend.
This isn't the budget.
Cut the budget.
Let's cut the budget.
Cut the spending.
I agree.
Cut the spending.
Let's cut the spending.
No new taxes.
No, wait a minute. No.
Read your lips.
Read my lips.
No new taxes.
The high-income tax rates are the lowest they've been in some 60 years.
Thank God.
And we cannot afford, in an environment where we've got big deficits and long-run fiscal challenges, the president has said he doesn't think we can afford to keep rates at these historically low levels. And I think he's totally right. We've got to cut spending. Both sides agree, and the total amount that we're talking about cutting of around $4 trillion over 10 years is basically the same on the two sides. It's just totally different how we get there.
What if,
yeah,
why don't we take a page from average Americans and just walk away from our debts?
Look,
you know what I mean? And just live under assumed name. Like, we just duct tape Florida up against the Gulf Coast. And we try to pass ourselves off as Brazil, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm afraid.
And then we go, what are you talking about? He moved out a long time ago.
I'm thinking about it, but as I think about it, that's definitely won't work.
Won't work.
No, look, we should address the budget.
Okay.
The debt ceiling is not the issue. The issue is the budget.
The issue is you guys are 2 years in. How come you haven't fixed the economy? You've had 2 years. 2 years. I'm killing you. I'm killing you. 9% unemployment. Where are the jobs? How come you haven't fixed it yet? 5 words or less.
Do numbers count as words?
No.
Okay. 2.1 million jobs added last 14 months. Okay?
Last
That's
14 months.
In the last 14 months. Last
Yes.
14 months.
Added.
14 didn't count.
Okay. How many?
Jobs. 2.1 million.
Okay.
We start
So you went from like 9.7 to what? Where'd you start?
Way down here, 1929.
If you started down there, why don't you just keep digging all the way to China and get more money?
No, look, we address the budget. That's what we must do. Let's cut spending. Let's return to tax revenues from high-income people that are more like the historic norms. If
Guys,
we do a balanced plan...
Excuse me. He's talking about guys like me. I don't think they realize you're talking about raising my taxes.
But what I'm saying is just let your rates go back to what they were under Bill Clinton. You take some cuts on a balanced plan, some discretionary, some entitlements, defense, revenues. You save interest costs.
How long have you been working on these budgetary problems?
A long time.
How many years?
In the administration, we came in January of 2009.
Okay.
Previous to that,
Yeah.
studying it as an academic for 14 years.
So like 16 years now.
Something like that.
Okay. We've been talking about it for 6 minutes, and I can barely feel my toes. Austan, thank you so much for joining me. The chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors, Austan Colbert.